What is going on, you guys? This your boy Junior coming at you live out of the south side of Atlanta, man. You already know what it is, man. I'm glad if you new, I'm glad you clicked on this video. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. You already know what it is. Let's get into it. So, based off the title, you already know what we're about to talk about. Yes, man. This is the Victory Tower this week during Red Phase. So the Victory Tower is basically um it's what y'all see on the documentaries or whatever like that. Like you know how like you see soldiers coming down the rope and all that stuff and you gotta jump off the you have to jump off the wall, whatever like that, the 40-foot tower. So we get up, it's our time to do. We done the gas chamber already. That was cool. Now this week we have to do the victory tower. So we get up, we get our OCPs on. We wake up in the morning. We do the whole hospital corners, whatever. And the drill sergeant in the morning time, he comes on the intercom. He or she comes on the intercom, and now they're talking about we got to get up around 5:45, 6 o'clock. Now it's about 5 o'clock right now. Well, not really 5 o'clock. Around exactly about 5:30 or 5:45, whatever time we need to get up. They coming on intercom talking about wake up, wake up, wake up. We got to get up, whatever. By this time, I'm already up. I'm already up. I made my bed. My bed is made. I brushed my teeth. I got in the latrine or the bathroom, took my shower already. I've been did all that. So, we go on the CTA line to do our regular duties with um, our rough sacks, which is the big backpack, whatever. And no, that's camelback, excuse me. We get our camelback and all that stuff on. So camelback, you always gotta have it filled with water. And you going down the CTA line and you get making sure everybody is accounted for. So everybody has to be accounted for. I don't care what platoon you in. You could be a first platoon, second platoon, third platoon, or fourth platoon. Everybody has to be accounted for before we dip off. So you got people in my platoon. You got people coming down at the last minute. You got people forgot they cap, right. So they going back upstairs to get their stuff, and we in a rush. We're like we're holding up time here. So you got people literally just you know late for the most part. So after that, you drill sergeant's like, where he came outside. He's like, he talked to PG and APG. He's like, where the fuck is everybody at? And then PG is like, certain people had to get a patrol cap, whatever, like that, and still is holding up the rest of the platoon. So they sent a few of our trainees to go up there, and they gotta have to have a battle buddy to go upstairs or whatever like that, and they come down. It was always this one dude that was late as hell. Got everybody smoked whatever in our platoon, whatever. And we're gonna talk about him in another story time. But we get to after we got people accounted for, we finally were walking where we got our equipment in our rough bags, our rough sacks, excuse me. And yeah, I think we did have rough sacks that time at the Victory Tower. So we walking, it's starting to like rain. So we're walking to the Victory Tower. The Victory Tower is literally like right around the corner from battalion that we're in. So we're walking by the PX. We have to go across the street. So the battalion is like, how do I explain this? The battalion that we're in is across the street from the PX. PX is where you get your haircut and all that stuff. And then you got to go across the street, like in front of the PX. We had to make sure all the cars, we had to make sure the cars from either side of the street wasn't coming. So the drill sergeant stood in front of the street to make sure we were good to go across. So after that, we had to run across we had to run across to get to the other side, and then now we can actually like walk. Now, mind you, the whole time that we're marching like this, through our basic training, when we're going to a major event, we're marching or walking rather alongside each other. Like it's two lines that's walking. We did this at the gas chamber. We're doing this at the Victory Tower. So we're walking in a straight line. You have the drill sergeant, then you have the PG, and then you have the APG in the far back of the line. So you have first platoon, second platoon, third platoon, fourth platoon. You have all four platoons, and I was in Charlie Company. So you have four platoons in the company that is in a. It's like literally about 130 soldiers, literally. So it's like the first platoon has about 40 people. The second platoon, it's not that many. It's like 100, give or take. So it's like the first platoon has about 40, the second platoon has about 35, the third platoon has about 40, the fourth platoon has about 40, whatever. So 48, but give it, yeah, it's about 100 to 130, whatever, give or take. So it's like a lot of us just going in the same direction to the Victory Tower. And mind you, I'm not gonna lie, going to the Victory Tower or just walking in general, it really, in my opinion, it clears your head because all you are surrounded by is just wood, grass. It really clears your head. Like being around nature, not having to see your phone for a long time. It's really, you really get to clear your head when you're marching with your peers that you're gonna be with for 10 weeks, whatever. So we get to the Victory Tower, and it's like it's gloomy outside because it's about to start raining. So they tell us to take our we got our camouflage like waterproof hoodie. We didn't have like the I forgot what other equipment they gave us. It'll come to me. But we got waterproof hoodie. Everybody had that in their bag. So the drill sergeant told us to, like I said, have it dress with each other. Everything has to be dress with each other, aligned with each other, right? So we're out. The Victory Tower is it's a 40-foot tower that's surrounded by like trees. You can still see it. It's surrounded by trees and it's like low key fenced. Like you can go near the Victory Tower, but once you get inside like the area itself is like fenced off, and the fence was open so we can go through it. So then you got alongside the fence is like porta potties for us to use, and we'll get to that in a minute too. So I was like, we had a section of bleachers that was on the side that we actually sat in before we went to the Victory Tower. Now, mind you, I'm not scared of heights. None of that. I'm not scared of heights or anything like that. So it was fun to me. And it was the instructor was telling us how to do the harness, whatever like that. And he was asking people in the like in the crowd in the bleachers, whatever, how many of us are scared of heights. And I would say about half of the people raised their hand, about half. And so he was like, well, you're going to have to get over that fear because you need this to graduate. So people was like, man, I had a homegirl that cried. That was in my platoon. She cried. I was like, wow. She cried when she was at the top of the wall. I was like, it's not that serious. This is like I was at the top of the wall, so they got a practice wall. It's like 15 to 20 feet, right? So the actual 40-foot wall is like the analogy is like this high, and it goes straight down. This high, and it goes it's this high, and then it goes the wall itself is like straight down, right? So it's not when you like the practice wall is like about this high, right? The practice wall, but it's like the board that you're walking on, it goes at a slant like that. The board that you're actually walking on, so it's a practice wall. Real fun, in my opinion. So I'm like, you get your harness on, and the instructors are like, they're showing people how to get their harness on and stuff like that. So I'm just like, okay, cool, this is cool. And now it's starting to kind of rain. Now it's like it's raining outside, and I'm seeing as I'm on like getting to the practice wall, right? It takes about hmm, it takes about a solid 30 minutes. Like you have like it's a pit that goes to the practice wall. It's like a pit that we're like waiting. It's like a line here, then the line comes back like a snake, and then we're going like this. The line is like that, and then it's like this, like a snake, and then it's like that. So we're like, I go a few steps, and then I gotta turn. And mind you, we have all our gear on, the helmet, and then we have gloves, and then we have the harness, and then I'm just waiting to get on the practice wall. As I'm getting on this practice wall, right? I'm looking at the actual wall where we're going to be like rappelling off of, like people rappel down the wall, right? I'm looking at the wall and I'm seeing trainees rappelling down this wall. And at that angle, I'm I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, that looks alright. It looks okay, right? I'm like, man, this is taking too long. This need to hurry up. And then the dude that's in my platoon was like, Junior, are you scared? You sound scared. I'm like, no, I'm just anxious. I said I don't have a lot of I told him earlier I don't have a lot of patience. I'm like, bro, I'm real anxious right now, whatever. He's like, you sound like you're scared. I'm like, I'm not scared at all, bro. I don't have patience for this. Like we've been waiting for like 30 minutes to get on the wall. I'm just trying to get this over with, whatever. So the practice wall is exactly how I anticipated. It was nothing, whatever. I didn't think I was gonna slip and nothing like that, and I didn't. So to make a long story short, with that, there's a staircase. The actual 40-foot tower. It's like it has like a whole big, like the top of it is like a giant floor at the very top with nets and all that stuff. It was real cool up there. The top of it was like a giant floor. So I'm going to like the staircase like in the middle, and you have to go up the stairs till you get to the very top. And then I get to the top, and then you got instructors showing you how to get down, like properly get like your harness to get down the rappel tower. And I'm looking like, yo, this is cool. I'm actually like, you have a metal rod, right? You have a metal rod at the top to where we're holding on to it, and then as we're looking down, we're seeing different trainees. What I just seen from the ground looking up, you got trainees that's literally like at the top going down. I was like, yo, like I'm over here looking like everything looks so small. I'm like, wow, this is it's like a big view. I was like, wow, this is actually me and the guy that's in the same platoon. We was like, yo, this is cool. This is nice. This is real nice. We kept doing this. We kept looking over like the tower, not like over the ledge or whatever, but like we're like kind of like back. We're like 5 feet away from the actual ledge, but we're just looking over a little bit to see like you see the fence, you see the top of the trees and all that stuff. I was like, bro, this is cool. You seeing the top of the trees. You looking around now. You can see like from a different level. You see the rain actually coming down and all that. And then you look at the people at the bottom, and the people at the bottom, like everybody's sitting, either they're waiting to come up here, up at the rappel tower, or they just got down. And I'm looking at them like, wow, I'm really up here. Wow, this is great. This is crazy. This is great at the same time. So I'm just looking down like this. So it was my turn. I'm excited. The drill sergeant told me to do this, right? We're on our knees. We're on top of the panel, and we're on our knees, right? And they told us to do this, and they said to signal down at whatever lane you're in that you're ready, so they can snag the rope, so they can like make sure that you get down sturdy, right? So I yell down there. I'm like, I'm gonna just make up a lane. I'm like, lane 4 is ready right now. I had to yell down at them, right? So I yelled down, and it's like 4 people looking up at me, and I'm just ready, right? So he told me to he latched the rope onto my harness, and he told me to, there's like a board. Okay, so the top of it is like this, and then you have to put your like your foot. You have to slowly ease your foot onto this board that's like right. It's like sticking out, but it's like right here. You have to put your foot onto the board, and then you have to lean back like this. You got to lean back with your feet like like that, right? You have to and then you have to make an L shape with your body. So your torso is up like that, and then your body is like this. And I'm not looking down. I'm doing exactly what the instructor is telling me to do, right? So I'm like, he said wave with my left hand, and like the one that stops the rope, wave with it. So I wave my left hand, and I do this. And I'm over it like that. I smiled, and he's like, okay, now with your break hand, which is back here, he's like kind of loosen it to where I'm going back a little bit. And I did that, and that was fun. So after that, it was like, he's like, now when you go down this tower, you let go of your brake hand and you push with your feet at the same time. So I did that, and I was like, I went down a little bit. He's like, you gotta push further, and I was like, and you can see, you can kind of hear the rope just doing that, right? I'm seeing the the actual rappel board in front of me. I'm seeing it going fast like that. Like, you're not even okay. Somebody like me, when you're doing it, you're not thinking about the height or you falling. You're thinking about what you're supposed to be doing. So the more I let go, the more it was like the rope was going up, right? So the more I was like going up or going down, rather, it was like the rope was going. It was like the little sound of the rope was like doing that. I was like, wow. So it took me like about three long jumps to get down the tower. I was like, bro, that was, it was cool. So after that, and oh yeah, before that, right? I forgot to say that too. When the instructor, he asked, I had to use the bathroom, but majority of people, almost everybody had to use the bathroom, but it's not because I was scared. I just legit had to use the bathroom. So he was like, yeah, he's like, who has to use the bathroom? Majority of people raise their hand. He's like, yeah, because y'all nervous, y'all scared. Everybody use the bathroom, whatever. So, mind you, those porta potties, oh my God. Some porta potties smell better than others. Ironically, some of them porta potties, they smell like some of them porta potties that you use, they smell like somebody like sprayed Febreze in there. Some, not all. It's like I think they're relatively new porta potties. Some of them shit stink so bad to where if you are in, if you're like 40 feet away from the porta potty, some of them porta potties you can still smell. Sometimes that stench get on you feel like it's on your clothes because you smell it. So it's such a strong like aroma type, pneumonia type smell. Ugh, damn, that's nasty as hell. But anyway, so I used the bathroom. I come back, and then I went down the tower and like three jumps. It hit my my drill sergeant. I didn't even realize I was down, like almost down the tower until my drill sergeant was like, Junior, if you don't get off my damn tower, you fucking shitbag. I was like, damn, bro. Oh, so I'm like trying to like find a like I'm almost off the tower. I just had to like push out a little more. So I get off the tower, and you gotta do this on like you gotta turn around and get against the rappel tower itself, and you have to have the people that's at the bottom of the tower unstrap the thing from your harness. So after that, you go to the actual people that put the a harness on to help you. You got to go back to them, give the gloves back, take the harness off, and then give it back to them, and then now you got to wait in the bleachers. So I was like, we just looking like, bro, we just did that. I was just like, yo, that wasn't that bad at all. Certain people thought it was bad, whatever, like that. Certain people was just uh, like I wouldn't say bad, but it was just like you had like my homegirl cried, and she was actually like next to me. She's like, Junior, oh my God, I was crying. How was it for you? I was like, it was cool. Victory Tower was not nothing. But she was like, I cried when I was up there at the tower. I was like, what you crying for? She's like, because I'm scared I was going to fall. You're not going to fall. You know what I'm saying? So we had to do that as far as like go down the tower. Then we had to study the ranks and all that stuff. The rest of that day was just studying the ranks, and then we had to walk back to the battalion. But before we did that, we was out there at the Victory Tower for like it was about we was at the Victory Tower for like a few hours, I would say. It felt a little long. We was out there. I was actually I kept looking at my watch, and there was like it was around like it was getting around like lunchtime. So I was just like, yo, I'm getting hungry. And we might have had to eat MREs, which we didn't have to at a certain time because they told us to go back to our bag and get our helmet and all that stuff on, and then now we had to go back to the battalion. So after a while, it stopped raining, and then we went back to the battalion. And I think they had the food truck ready for us to eat with like paper plates and not paper plate, little styrofoam type of tray or whatever. We had that a lot. They brought the army truck that delivered food to us, so we had to trade the cup, the food, and all that stuff. Food was pretty good. Um, I pretty sometimes I got yelled at for having too many syrups and all that stuff. I would take like an extra syrup, whatever. And I remember this one drill sergeant told me, he was like, "Yo, you training, yeah, how many syrups you got?" I was like, "3." He's like, "And how many you supposed to have?" I said, "2." He's like, "Okay, if any one of my trainees come up missing, you're gonna be held fucking responsible." I'm like, "Yes, sir, sergeant, triple A OJ sergeant." He was like, "All right." So after that, I was just like, I stopped doing that. I was just like, not that I was scared. I was just like, after that, I didn't need that package, so I gave it back. I'm like, see, look, I'm giving it back. Here, take it. I don't care. Like they yell a lot. You know what I'm saying? They try to get under your skin, whatever, like that. Um, but yeah, the Victory Tower was good and all that stuff, and that was pretty much it with the Victory Tower. It was just it wasn't scary because I'm not afraid of heights. Like it's not scary. They train you exactly what to do. So it's like not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like for somebody like myself, it's not a big deal. If you like adventure, if you like, you know, I mean, for those who are like going to be jumping out of helicopters or planes or whatever, you're going to have to do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? If that's your MOS. But yo, the Victory Tower was good. You know what I'm saying? It was straight. So yeah, man, that was about it. That would definitely conclude this end of this video for you guys, you know what I'm saying, about the Victory Tower or whatever like that. So I definitely, thank y'all for tuning in to my video, you know what I'm saying, Victory Tower and all that. And if you're new here, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And like I always say, I will see you in the next video. Y'all be blessed. One.